Okay, welcome back. We're live on YouTube. So, okay, for today, this monthly session is volunteering as an act of love, right? And most of us here, aside from volunteering for SAT, has done one volunteering or the other somewhere else, or probably this is your first time volunteering. So you'd understand what volunteering is. Volunteering is giving your time or your resources, okay, for service, for humanity, taking out that time without being paid, okay, taking out that time to serve humanity, to serve your community, to serve for a purpose. Okay. And majority of us I'll say found
Sorry, is it just from my end? Because I can't hear.
Man's network is a bit terrible.
is using, you would not do. If you will not be here, of course, why you're here. You're here shows how to impact life. You want to. Please, can you take over? Let me know.
Hello?
The
network is really something else.
Talk is really bad. Okay, so success. Over to you.
Okay, good evening, everybody. So,
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you.
It's better now.
Hello, can you all hear me?
We can hear
Can
you
you hear me
now.
now?
We can hear you now. Yes.
Uh, okay. Okay. I think you should carry on. Let me see, because I'm working on the road now. I'm trying to get signal. So, doctor, please carry on while I look for where to get a good signal.
Good evening, everybody. So, it's pretty cool. Okay. As Ma was saying earlier, volunteering is about service, is choosing to give your time, your soul, your energy to support a cause without expecting pay. Volunteering is service driven by willingness. You offer your time, your knowledge, your presence, you're compassionate because you believe in something that it's very bigger than you. Most of the times we don't really understand what volunteering is. So when we get to venture on the path, we tend to burn out physically or emotionally, or most times people will use the word like they're not even paying me safe, so why would I put so much effort? But that is the main cause of volunteering. You giving your all, giving your support, making sure that you
Are you there? Hello.
Only God
Success,
will
are you
help
there?
us with our network today. It seems like the one success is using is logged out. But I hope I'm clear now. Am I clear? If I'm clear, I
Yes, you
can.
are.
Okay, so I was talking about purpose, okay, because volunteering is also an act of purpose, okay, because if you don't have the purpose to do what you want to do, you'll not do it. You'll not be here today. You'll not be here listening to our voices, or even the fact that, oh, this network is spraying us out and bringing us back. You're you run out of patience. Okay, so purpose is key in all of the activities we do. Purpose is what brings us here together, sharing one vision together. So if I would ask, what does purpose mean to every one of us? Have we found our purpose? Can we discuss on that? Have we found our purpose? Have you found something that you are excited to do? Something that wakes you up in the morning, you want to do that thing. Have we found it? Can we have that discussion, please? The floor is open. So what does purpose mean to each and every one of us? That's the discussion we'll be having now. So please put on your mic and tell us what your purpose is. For you, everybody has different definition, okay? You might be hearing the word purpose. Yeah. So what does it mean for each and every one of us? I would call out names, okay? If I don't see anybody opening their mic and talking, I would definitely call out. And the person I wanted to call out now, the first person on my mind, she has escaped, but she'll come back. Um, in that case, Joseph, please, can you tell us what you understand by purpose to you? Okay, it might not be the general term, but to you, what does purpose mean?
So to me, purpose is the clear reason why I do exist or to do something. It is the inner direction that gives me meaning, guide my choice, and shape me to who I am and to make good use of my time, my gift, and my energy. Purpose is the reason behind every action I take. Purpose is the reason. Purpose is the reason why. Like purpose is just to me. Purpose is like a divine calling of direction towards what I am in on what I am supposed to do on earth. So the topic, the subject of purpose is all surrounding around my destiny, my calling, and what I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to use my time which is being given to me on earth.
Okay, that's amazing, Joseph. So have you found your purpose?
Okay. um I found my purpose, and one thing I know about purpose is that once you find who you are and what you are destined to be, your life becomes more easier to navigate and to direct. And for me, I can see I've found my own purpose.
Okay, that's amazing. That's brilliant. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, who is the next person? Tapchi, you joined us late. So tell us, what does purpose mean to you? And have you found your purpose? Hi, Tapchi, we're waiting for you. Is Tapchi not here? Please, Mr. Toro, you can continue if Tapchi is not here.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
All right. So for me, purpose is the reason why I wake up in the morning and feel that my life matter. Purpose is that passion, that drive. It's not just about my career or achievements, but the difference I'm able to make in the lives I'm able to affect, the impact I leave on others. When I come in contact with someone in the course of my daily activity, in the course of my everyday living, what do I want to be remembered for? What lasting impression do I want to leave in the mind of that person? That's what I live for. And that is for me, purpose is where my passion, my skills, and my service meets. So it's like an intersection, like a meeting point where my passion comes into play, the skills I've built over the years, and the service I'm offering meets. So for me, I found my purpose because and I know that I'm still on the path to self-discovery, but I believe that what excites me most is when I give back, when I'm able to affect lives positively. Something I've been doing right from while growing up. It materialized even in my NYC days, which earned me the Governor's Meritorious Awards in Plateau State and also been nominated for the NYC Presidential Award. So it's something that I've derived joy doing over the years. I don't look at the monetary gains that may come or may not come. I just want to live a fulfilled life. I want to be the reason why the next person smiles. I want to be that person that when I meet with someone, even if the person was feeling down, even if the person was feeling, traumatized, feeling, downcasted, the person should have a reason to smile. In my own little world, I should be able to leave a lasting impression and in a positive direction in the life of whoever I come in contact with. So for me, that's my purpose, and I'm still doing it. And that's why I'm right now doing a master's in guidance and counseling, still on the pathway to self-discovery. and my purpose. So for me, it's a lifelong journey, and we're taking it one day at a time. Thank you, ma.
It's all right. That's amazing. Okay, who's next? Success. I
Thank
hope you're
you.
back. Captives network is back. So success, please tell us, what does purpose mean to you, and have you found your purpose? Is success here?
The network today is not favorable to so many persons.
Oh, I'm telling you, the networking. I'm literally sitting outside someone's shop just to be able to meet up.
Time I need to climb a tree.
I'm telling you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, success.
Hello?
Back.
Welcome, success.
Mm.
The network is just taking
Welcome
me
back,
in and out
success.
of the meeting. Sorry. Okay.
Okay, so now that
As
you've joined, can you hear me?
yes, ma, I can hear you.
Okay. I said you should tell us what purpose means to you, and if you found your purpose. Have you found, what does it mean to you?
Oh,
Have you found it?
okay. Okay. Yeah, good
Yeah.
evening. I found my purpose. Purpose is something that I feel that it drives you. Purpose is one thing that makes us wake up each day to live, to see that we are better. We are. Purpose is one thing that makes us achieve most of our goals because we know the direction we are going to and we know what is pushing us, what is driving us. Purpose is like a drive because once you know your purpose, you know who you are, you know what you're on earth for. We all came to earth to fulfill a particular purpose. So yeah, I found my purpose. Growing up, everybody was like, you need to do this, you need to do that. But within myself, I sat down, sat with myself, scanned. I reflected on myself, self-awareness. I reflected on my journey and everything. I'm like, okay, this is the path that is good for me. This is the path that be um is going to give back to the society. Because one thing I believe is that once you found your purpose, one of the benefits of you finding your purpose is making sure that the society becomes a better place. Society becomes a better place, and you impact on lives of people. So yeah, I found my purpose, which is counseling. Even before I went into the whole counseling, when I before I went into school to study counseling, I noticed that I've been doing counseling for a while because most people around me, everybody, they confide in me, make sure that they hear my opinion about things before they make decisions. Till date, if my dad wants to take serious decision or my mom wants to take serious decision, they'll call me on the phone to be like, okay, success, this is what I want to do, or what is your intake into. I'll be like, I found my purpose there that I can be able to impact in people's life, make sure that they make better decisions and they are in a better space mentally. So, thank you.
All right, thank you, success, for sharing that. Um, every of our definition of success is accurate. Okay, what of purpose rather is accurate. I was supposed to call the new person that joined, but she has absconded. Okay, your purpose is actually not some mythical hidden treasure that is buried on a remote island. No, it is not something that is only accessible to the lucky few or the outwardly extraordinary people. No, your purpose isn't a prize awarded to the most outwardly successful or the most outwardly confident. No, that is not what purpose is. Your purpose is already within you. It is the gold that has been sitting there under that accumulated dust of daily routine, okay, of societal expectation, of self-doubt. In fact, right now it is in this space. Okay, your purpose is in this space. And we're going to do some intentional, gentle, and utterly transformative things, okay, of that purpose. So many of us have not found it. So many of us are still looking for it. Like I was having a discussion with Success yesterday, and then I told her how I found my purpose. Like I said, it is in that dusty area where you kept it. Okay, it's not like it's once something you go out there and look for it and then bring it. No, purpose is something that is within you. I never knew that what I was looking for all these years, okay, trying to find something, when you've not found your purpose, you engage yourself in several skills. I'm telling you based on experience, okay? You engage yourself in several skills, but you found out that in doing those skills, you don't last long in doing them. And for years, I've been doing all kinds of skills. I mean, it's amazing. It taught me because I felt like I have to find that thing. I have to go out there and look for that thing that keeps me grounded. I have to go and look for that thing that is called purpose. So I went out there, I went into tailoring, and it took me just 3 months. Well, now I still know how to patch clothes. If my clothes just tear like this, I can sit and patch it. Aside from that, nothing. I went into hair making. I know how to make hair. I mean, it exposed me to several things. I went into tech. Today, I can build a website. I can, do tech things. I went into makeup. Oh, I can do makeup. I mean, you can invite me for your wedding. I will do you makeup. Very, very beautiful. Okay, I've not tried haircut before I found my line. So I sat down. Something happened actually. I think I lost a friend, and it dawned on me while I was reflecting on life. And I was asking myself, what is that thing that has been sitting down there that I've actually not cleaned my dust on? I had to do a lot of deep thinking to find out that, oh, okay, this is what you actually do. My younger ones, once they get to 13, I start talking to them about health, about life, about relationships. That is what I do. Okay. So I have five younger ones. And those five younger ones, trust me, that is what I've done for them. Talking. My elder ones, I sit, I talk to them. Okay. I guide them, actually. My mom, the same thing. And then I realized that not just my immediate family, other individuals, they want to get, the little I have to offer. And then I realized that, wow, then I had no idea that is what counseling is. Okay. So I thought to myself, I was like, okay, I've been doing all of these things for this past year, more than 8 years. What is this thing for? And then I Googled, and then I knew at that point. For so long, I've been doing other skills, hair making, tailoring, makeup, and all of that, and all of that. Nothing I did for like 8 months. What? Okay, my makeup. I learned makeup, and I was, doing it. It felt like that is what I'm supposed to do, you know. And I was having money because then I was 7 in Accra. So people come where I learn. Sometimes all this big woman, the lady I learned from, she has this high-end kind of friend. Sundays like this, they just call me, oh, come and tie my hair, come and do this. And after tying, they just squeeze their hand, 5K, 10K. just like that. It was amazing. Okay. But it wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't what I was meant to do. Till I found that journey, that road that I'm supposed to take. So that is what purpose is. It is within. Purpose is within, not something you go out there to look out for. I hope you all can hear me because I'm scared of this my network. Please, if you can hear me, let me know.
Yeah, you're loud and clear now. We're fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what is the illusion of the one big thing? You know, in finding our purpose, there's this illusion that it has to be one big thing. The illusion that your purpose should be solid, your purpose should be bam, that once it hits like this, the earth should shake. And that's because the society and individuals around us have sold that pervasive and often paralyzing, idea how this purpose should be. And most times it scares a lot of people from actually going to get what they're supposed to get. Okay. They lie that purpose is a single grand, like your career defining lightning. That thing it should be as bold and bigger than a caterpillar. So at that point now, we are not conditioned to wait for the heavens to open. Because most of the time we are finding that very big thing. So now we are now conditioned to like wait. We're waiting that heaven will open, then the purpose will now fall and come and meet us. You know, or there will be like one very big voice in our head that will tell you success, success, success. Now I am telling you that your purpose is this, or waiting for instruction manual on how to go about it. One very big writing on the air, on the cloud that will say, this is your success. Okay. And that is how mostly we miss out on it. Okay. We miss out the truth on what purpose is. And now let me say, how does this purpose that we found out now that we here we've said we found, how does it look like to us? Okay, is it static or fluid in the sense that it attracts more things coming into our life? Okay, so let's look into that one now. This purpose that we have, is it static? Is it just that, oh, I found my purpose and that is it? And then we begin to live into that. Let's have that conversation briefly before we move forward. So, finding your purpose, is it static or fluid? Is fluid the right word? Please, the floor is open. Let's have that conversation briefly. Why is Debbie always running when it comes to conversation? Okay, please, I'll still call from Joseph. Please, if you want me to be calling. Joseph, this purpose that you found, is it static to you or fluid? Is it something that connects you to other things? Or it's just that one thing that you're doing and that is it?
Now, one thing that I discover about my self-found purpose is that whenever I'm doing it, I feel this kind of flow and I feel this connection to myself first before to others. And I find myself flowing in what I do as my calling and my purpose. So I feel it to be fluid.
Okay, thank you, Success. Next person, please. Thank you, Joseph. I was calling Success. Why are you now carrying all the names in my mouth? Because every one of us here will be Success, eh? All right, Success. Please go on.
Sorry, please, can you throw back the question?
I said your purpose that you found, is it static or fluid? Is it something that opens up other activities, or it's just that one, and then you're just going like that?
Okay. What I understand is purpose as time goes on. It's not something that it's not just that one particular thing, but in your everyday activities, in your everyday life, it's not something that you have to be like, okay, I need to check, I need to make sure that I see this, that I know this thing. I'm like, no, sometimes it comes, well, let's say sometimes it comes naturally. You just keep living your life and you get to discover it. It's already within us. Like you said
Okay.
yesterday, something that comes naturally. You don't have to go outside to look for it. It's within you. You just need to express itself fully. It comes out in expression while you live your everyday life.
All right. Thank you. Who is the next person? Mrs. Zutoro?
Okay, just to add to what others have said, for me it's fluid, it's not static because it's all about giving back. Like I said earlier, it's for me it's a pathway to self-discovery, and you keep rediscovering yourself as long as you're alive and living every day. You get to learn new things, you get to discover more things, some other parts of you that you never knew existed, probably from your interactions with others, your own experiences, and all that. So for me, it's not static, it's fluid and it flows through and, to others. So that's what I'd say.
Okay. Thank you. Divine Moses, you can add. Okay. So, how many of us know a tree, right? We can use any kind of tree, probably an oak tree, a mango tree, or something. Do you know that that tree doesn't have one purpose in a singular narrow sense? Like the tree is just there just to produce that fruit. No, that tree actually filters the air we breathe. That's why I say, is it not photosynthesis? They call it. I don't do biology. The air you breathe in, the trees help you filter so that you can breathe in good air and all of that. Okay. Giving life, it holds the soil with deep roots. Okay, that tree you see, it prevents erosion, from your society not falling apart. It provides shade and shelter. When there is sun. I remember there was a time I got caught up under the rain. Though the rain was still, it was pouring, but because I was under that tree, it wasn't as heavy as I would be when I'm not under the tree. Okay, so it provides shade and shelter and a home for countless creatures. You see birds going on top of them to lay their eggs and build their nest and all of that and all of that. And it also creates immense beauty. Like if you go to where these trees are being planted properly, you see how beautiful it makes the environment is. You know, especially okay, let's say Canada for instance, their winter and their summer. You see when their leaves dry out and all of that. You see when the leaves are dry, it makes the place so beautiful. You know, it's inspiring and all of that and all of that. That's to say that as an individual or as a person, we are not trees, okay? And if trees can have that kind of a purpose, it means our purpose are not static. It means our purpose are immeasurable, okay? Yes, finding that one thing to open doors to greater other things. Okay, your purpose is not a solo act, it's not that one static thing. Okay, and each place can actually produce all of those things using their purpose as a tree. How much more you that is as beautiful as you are, as talented as you are, you know, that is passionate, that has this profound capacity for connection, the way you connect. Right now, we're connecting. How much more you that you are uniquely built? Your purpose is key. Okay, so for those that haven't found their purpose, for those still looking at their purpose, instead of waiting for that one big boom, like I said, you need to ask this question: what is my one purpose? That question is often too big, okay? And sometimes it's overwhelming when you ask it. So for those that are asking, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? Today, I'm telling you that you should gently shift to inquiry, okay? Instead, start asking what makes me feel most alive. Like Joseph said, it makes him feel alive when he's working on that thing. And trust me, when you're alive doing that thing, once you feel alive doing that thing, you're able to give back. Okay, you're able to give back because you cannot give what you don't have. Like the popular saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. So once your purpose makes you feel alive, it is the key, or it's a signal for you to know that, oh, I'm actually at the right path. But once you feel like, this thing again, now wow, you know, you're always complaining regularly about that thing. I don't think that is what you should be doing. Okay. And also, finding your purpose, you should look at what activities, okay, you love doing. Like I mentioned earlier, the things I love doing without even knowing intentionally was counseling years ago. And I've counseled more than 8 years. And when I even found out that this thing has been that thing that I'm supposed to do, it was amazing. So, what activities, what interaction, what forms of creation that ignites a spark within you? If you can find all of those things, reflect, sit down, think about the things you do, think about the activities you do, reflect on your yesterday, your 2 years back, your 3 days back, and you'll find the answer inside all of that. Actually, I think in finding your purpose, okay, in fact, I know that in finding your purpose, all you have to do is reflect. Once you're able to reflect on your life, look back from yesterday, 2 days ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, you'll find that thing that you are consistent with. You'll find that thing that gives you the spark. You wake up in the morning and you're excited to go do that thing. That is your purpose. Okay. Now, in all of this, there's two things I would also like to share. Okay. And I'm sharing this as someone who has also found the purpose and who is working this path, or been in the past where I've been searching for this purpose. The search for purpose can be hijacked. That is the reality of the truth. And that hijacking can come up because of one thing. Okay. It is because of our ego. Our ego, in the sense that you can find that thing, but your ego will make you turn that thing into a title. Okay. Your ego will make that thing crave external validation. You find it, it's fine. But because of your ego, you feel like, oh, I found this thing. Now I know how to do this thing. Of course, I should, you know, raise my shoulder up or brag about it, or charge people $1 billion because I found this purpose of mine. Okay. Your ego craves validation. Your ego craves applauses. You do all of these things now for people to clap for you in finding your purpose. Oh, you found your purpose. Oh, you're amazing. You're amazing. Now, it will make you lose touch because you're doing this thing and then you're expecting a clap for doing it. Okay. Or the fact that, oh, you're doing this thing and nobody's even noticing, and you're just wasting your time, your energy, and you're not getting the validation you need, you're not getting the applause. And if all of those things begin to cloud your mind, if all of those ego begin to build, you lose sight of what you have. Okay. Now, our ego can ask questions like, how do I look? When I stand on that stage and then I'm talking, people should be clapping. I mean, it's beautiful for people to do that, okay? But when we begin to cloud our mind with all of those things, asking yourself, am I important that I'm doing this thing now? Of course, you're important. You don't need that external validation, okay? Because when you start seeking for that external validation, it begins to cause another problem for you. Okay. The ego often equates purpose with a glamorous job. Most times, because you know this thing, you found your purpose. Okay, you being here today volunteering for SHPI. Your ego can speak to you and be like, no, SHPI is a small community. No, I should be working with UNICEF. I found my purpose. I'm doing this thing. I should be doing it with UNICEF, not with SHPI. Okay. That is what our purpose do to us. Sorry, our ego, rather. If we allow ego cloud our purpose, we allow ego hijack our purpose from us. That is what it does. But then there's another thing. Your soul, which is on the other hand, wants something far more profound. Now we're talking about the ego versus the soul, okay? And not allowing the ego hijack your purpose, but allow your soul, okay? Because it wants something far more profound. Your soul wants a contribution, like the impact you're making in your community, the impact you're making in the life of that child, in the life of that individual that is living next to you, that is struggling emotionally, that is struggling. The impact you create, the changes you make in your society, that is what your soul is looking for, okay? It seeks the connection, authentic expression, your authenticity. And then the meaningful impact, that little tangible thing you do that within you, it gives you joy. Okay, it asks, how can I serve? How can I be useful? How can I truly contribute to something larger than myself? The soul finds its purpose in the quiet acts of creation, like what we're doing here, in the genuine moments of human connection, the connection we are having here, in the authentic sharing of your gifts, okay? Like one way or the other that we contribute here as volunteers. Success sorry, this success. Joseph, every week you make post on our platform. That is your contribution. That is your connection. I don't have to remind you and say, oh, Joseph, you've not made post. But I wake up in the morning and then I receive the mail that a post has been made. That is you doing your purpose with your soul, not with your ego. So those are the two things. Your soul can lift your purpose, while your ego can crush it. Your ego can hijack that purpose you're supposed to fulfill. Okay? Now, I would say that if you find yourself chasing a purpose because it sounds impressive, because it will earn you praise on social media, or because it perfectly fits into a pre-approved societal box, then I want to urge you today, okay, as you're listening to my voice, to pause because you aren't really looking for purpose. If your purpose is to find that recognition, if your purpose is to, scam people, if your purpose is, oh, I have to show them that I am in this phase or I'm in this level, I'm telling you today that you should stop because that is not your purpose. That is not what purpose is. That is not what purpose is. Because that is you looking for applause, actually. And let me tell you, applause is loud, intoxicating. You know how addiction works. That is how applause is. Okay. And it is ultimately temporary. It fades because then the people begin to see you for that thing that you're doing. So of course it fades out. It fades out. True purpose derived from the soul is often quiet, unassuming. Oh my goodness. It sustains you from the inside out, long after the applause dies down. Sorry, I think this person that just came. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you guys hear me now, please? I've just came from my location. Oh, this is my network and people around. Can you guys hear me now, please? Are we not here?
Yeah, I can hear you, but the background noise is somehow affecting it.
Have moved. Okay, so I can continue, yeah?
Yeah, it's manageable.
Okay, so we talked about the ego and the soul briefly. So let's have a conversation now. Have we, in one way or the other, okay, we're humans, okay, have we, in one way or the other, experienced the ego in our purpose or in fulfilling our purpose? Truth time. Truth time. Should I start calling names? Joseph, have you have you experienced the ego in your purpose?
Okay, yeah. This ego of a thing that you're talking about is actually true. In the chase of my purpose, I've experienced this ego, but the ability to suppress it, that is what I thank God for. True story, it happened to me one time. In school, I was asked by my lecturer to write an article for the school magazine. So after writing the article, I submitted it. The man came to class and he was saying like how I wish people can write like Joseph, blah blah blah. At that moment, I felt so very big of myself to an extent that maybe some of my classmates will come and ask me, okay, please can you help me and put me through in this article? I'll start feeling like this pride not to show them, or I want them to pay me so that I can show them what to do and what not to do. At that moment, I went and sit down and told myself that what I'm doing is very wrong. because God gave me this purpose and this gift for free. Then why will someone pay for it to get this knowledge from me, something that He gave to me to be useful to the world? So it has happened to me one time and I've experienced it and I have learned from that mistake.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Success. Please tell us, have you experienced the ego?
Yes, ma, I have. I just learned to outgrow it. I think there was one point in my time I was doing things because of how I grew up. I think where I grew up, whatever you do, they don't see it. Like it's more complaint. If you do the right thing, it will be complaint. If you do the bad thing, still complain. Like more complaints. So I was like, so when I go out and I do things, I will expect people to be like to always applaud me, to like see. So there's this thing called eye service that came up because of all of that. Because I always want to do something so people will see that I'm doing something so that they will applaud me for doing something. So I just thank God that I've been able to overcome that stage of my life, to suppress that thing, to always want to show that I'm doing something. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Mrs. Ikoro, please can we hear from you?
Sorry, I got kicked out, so I'm just coming back in.
Okay, we talked about the ego and then the soul. So I was asking, in this your quest for, or in your purpose, in working in the path of your purpose, have you experienced the ego at any point?
Yeah, that's part of humanity. That's part of us. It has a way of popping up, but it's how you're able to manage it, and it's how you're able to manage it. There's always that part of you that tells you something a bit contrary to what it's supposed to be, what is obtainable, but the ability to manage it, it's part of us. So it's just how you're able to manage and do the right thing at all times.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Felix,
I
what
hope
about you?
I lost the conversation.
It's all right. Felix, what about you?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Sorry, did you see my purse? My purse. I carried my purse. Okay, please continue.
Okay, according to what you are saying, the ego stuff. So, like what the other person said, the other lady said that coming from a background that they don't applaud whatever you do, they don't see it as something very unique. Just like what you are doing is equal to what other people are doing. So it's not something very special. So that thing has helped me, even if I'm doing something that others cannot do, I don't feel that ego because I think that is just a normal thing. So that's it about me. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Debbie, can you add yours? We have Debbie. Please, can you add your contribution?
Sorry, I'm still trying to pick up what we're discussing because my network, I've been tripping off and on. I don't know if you've noticed. Good evening, everyone. My network is
Yeah, good
so
evening.
terrible. I've been trying to pick, what we're discussing about. I'm so sorry about that.
It's all right. We're talking on purpose. I was being honest. And You said in purpose there are two factors, okay? We have the one that breaks it and then the one that lifts it. And the one that breaks it is the ego. And I asked if along the line of fulfilling your purpose, okay, because when earlier we asked every one of us if we found our purpose, and majority of us said yes, and we're working on that path. So, on working on that path of purpose, have you ever experienced the ego in your purpose?
Okay, first of all, talking about finding purpose, I think I'm still in the process of finding mine. I won't say I have found it. I won't say I have gotten to that point where, okay, I can boldly say, oh, this is my purpose. This is what I'm meant to do. I'm still in the process of finding that out. Yes. So that's just it. And I believe I'm walking in that line. And I'm definitely sure that with time, I'll find out what it is.
It's all right. That thank you for sharing. Thank you all for contributing. Okay, success come up here. I want to leave us with this liberating thought. Okay. Sorry, let me just ask somebody a question. Like I lost my thought. Why should I? With this liberating thought, and that is you do not need to quit your job in finding your purpose. Okay, you do not need to quit your job to live a life brimming with purpose. You can still be working, okay, and still keep that job of yours. And dynamic purpose. You don't need to make this life, okay, that will throw your entire world into chaos. Finding your purpose is not all of that. What is needed for you is to change the intent behind your action. What drives you? Change your intent behind your action. Purpose isn't always found in that extraordinary, like I said earlier. It is often found in the ordinary, the things you never ever expected to see. All it has or all it takes is for you to reflect. Sit down and reflect on your yesterday, your 3 days ago, your 1 year ago, your 2 years ago. It's found in the way you truly listen it can be found in a way you truly listen to a friend that is struggling. Like I said, it hit me when I went to did the final goodbye in burying my friend. That was when mine hit me. Okay. It's found in the thoughtful, creative way you approach worldly things or worldly problems at work, in your family, where you bring that unique spark to something that you do ordinarily. And I know that every one of us here has experienced that spark. Every one of us here have experienced touching our family members one way or the other, our colleagues, our friends, one way or the other. It's found in the moment to consciously choose to bring a moment of joy into the life of somebody, a small act of kindness or a gentle word to a stranger or a loved one. It's all about being kind, being caring. You see someone lost, you try to help the person. All of those things. Can bring about your purpose. Because these are sorry guys, my network kicked me out again.
Network is terrible.
Contribution, do you have anything that I want to add? Question at all?
Yes.
Ask our
Can others
question, okay?
respond?
My pause and where I was sitting. Where I was sitting before that horrible noise came in, I stood up and walked front a little. So I left my post. Going back, the guy that is there said he didn't see it. And unfortunately, I have my card, and I went back home to quickly check if it's in the house, but it's not. And I'm back here, and the person is no longer here. In other words, I think I just lost my phone and my money. So I have to.
About
Okay,
that.
all of this is because of network. If only I could have this network inside the house. Eh?
Sorry about that.
All right. Thank you so much. I think I can block the card after this call. The person can have the money for dinner. It's just unfortunate that my AirPods now, if they run down, because I'm using my AirPods, the case is inside, so I'll not be able to use that. Okay, so do we have any question before we call on Success? I think I've taken most of her time. If no question, please. Success, hope you're ready for us. Just briefly, we have a few more minutes tonight.
By God's grace, I'm ready.
Okay then, so since no question, please Success carry on. Probably after they're preparing themselves to ask questions after the after you, please carry on.
Okay, thanks so much. So, our tonight's topic is volunteering with heart, serving with love, and purpose. One of the reasons why we wouldn't, let me just start from one of the reasons why we would not be able to volunteering with our food hearts, serving with love and purpose is not asking the why, knowing the vision and the mission of the organization that you're volunteering with. Because volunteering with us doesn't just mean you're giving your time, it means you're giving your presence, your emotional availability, your sincerity, and your compassionate in approach. The difference between doing a task and touching a life, because when people don't understand why they are doing what they are doing, I understand that's what still it boils down to purpose. Once you don't know the why, the reason why you're doing something, you wouldn't find fulfillment in that area, in that place. So one of the things is knowing the why, asking yourself those questions. Sorry, I think I had that somewhere. I'm coming. Mm, okay. Yes. I'm sorry, guys. I already put this thing out. Okay, so asking every mission begins with a story. You have to ask why you joined and why you care about what you're doing and why you decided to show up. Because that why is your anchor, is what is going to drive your service and making sure that you're impacting on people's life, getting your fulfillment. So also volunteering, sorry, serving with love. Love is a service. It's not about emotion alone, it's about the intention. It looks like patience when something is difficult, kindness when you're tired, respect when people disagree, and care when no one is watching. Like when talked about ego in volunteering, we have to do the work even when nobody is seeing us, even when nobody is applauding us. Because if you always wait for applause, people looking at what you're doing, you will not do what you're doing, because you'll be doing it with the heart that you need to see what people are saying about you. So then serving with purpose, like we said, purpose is driven, is the drive, sorry, is the drive. It gives us the direction. So once you're serving with purpose, you have a direction, you know why you're there, you know what change you're committed to, and what impact you have to leave behind. It doesn't always have to be what you can get, what you can gain. You can look at the bigger picture, that okay, this thing that I'm doing, how is it going to impact in the lives of people, how is it going to change the community? Because you once you understand what our organization stands for, you be able to get most of these questions. So I want to encourage every one of our volunteers that we should go back to that question, that why are we here? What is the vision of this organization? What is the mission of this organization? Oh, sorry, organization. And how you can be able to impact. Once you understand your why, you know where you can be able to make an impact and put in. Serving with love, you treat people with dignity, care, volunteering with heart, you're showing up fully. Then when the love, serve, and purpose align, service becomes a normal routine. It becomes your calling. You won't have to wake up every day, oh Jesus, I'm tired of this thing, or this thing again. Why this thing? Once you're serving with your heart, you give it your all, make sure that everything comes together. One of the reasons that I joined this organization, because there's something that I love doing. I always wanted to be like, okay, let everybody be in a good mental space, because I have been in that space that I've not had good mental, I've not been in a good mental place for a very long time. I know how that impacted my life. And I feel like, oh, how can I be able to give back to the society in a way that I would make sure that everybody doesn't, people do not experience half of what I experienced, because being in a very bad mental space can lead to a lot of disastrous things, suicidal thoughts, and all of that. And those things are not good. So we have to sit down and think about that while we are here. So you can be able to give in your all. You can be able to give in without feeling pressured or draining. You'll be connected and you'll be energized. Then you'll be inspired from within to do what you're doing. One of my inspiration is I come and I see that, okay, look at the life that we're impacting, look at the changes this organization is doing. This is something that I would love to be part of. This is something I know that is within my purpose, it's within my calling. You cannot be everywhere. One thing about volunteering is you cannot be everywhere. You have to find a particular spot that aligns with your purpose, that aligns with what you're doing. You reconnect with your why. It's going to drive you back to know what the mission is, how you can be able to impact the society. So it's not going to cause emotional barriers where you be feeling resistant. Oh, Jesus. That is one of the things I want to say. So please, if you have any question or anything that we can be able to deliberate on, you can put in. I think I'm done here. Hope I did, guys, and I pray that what I said has an impact in your heart. Thank you.
Okay, I listened to everything you said. I wanted to ask, I hope I'm free to ask questions.
Yes, yes. This is a
Okay. Um, the question I want to ask is, does knowing your why translate to knowing your purpose?
yes,
Thank
knowing
you.
your why and your purpose are connected. Because if you sit back and think, okay, why am I doing this thing? How am I going to go about this thing? It doesn't always have to be what people tell you, or you see that everybody's doing this particular thing, you want to join them. You have to sit back and be like, okay, why am I on this path? This path I'm on, is it going to be beneficial to the society? Is it going to be beneficial to me? Am I going to find fulfillment in that thing? So yes, asking why and your purpose are connected, because it will make you know where you can see things clearly. Did I answer your question, ma? Mrs.
Okay,
Debbie?
yeah. So we can say that purpose is like where you're headed, like your destination, and your why is the bus that leads you to that destination. Can we say it like that?
Yes. Yes, we
Okay.
can.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. So, does anybody have any contribution? We've had a conversation. Sorry, we have a talk. So, if you have any question or anything that we can converse about, drop it so we can go on from there. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. I wanted to say something. Um, is there a is there like how do I put this now? Age limits for someone to discover their purpose, because so many young people nowadays are being fueled by pressure, right? They go on social media and they see how most people within their age range are already doing big things, already achieving purpose, already doing things, and also advising them via the same social media that, oh, do this, do this, do that to be like me, do this, do this, that to know that you've achieved your purpose or to find your purpose. And these people are watching them and they are feeling pressured, they are feeling downcast, depressed that they have not gotten there yet. So my question is that age limit? And number two, what can we do to help such people to encourage them that there is still much, you can still take your time, right, to be able to discover where you're going to or where you're headed to in life?
Yes. Yes, thank you for
Okay,
that
thank
question.
you. Let me answer that.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
ma'am,
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no time, there's no age limit, no time frame. Okay, no pressure in finding your purpose. There is nowhere it is written that somebody has to be 10, 30, or 20 before he or she finds their purpose. Like I said, in fact, I was 30 when I found that calling. Okay. And in putting those children in that pressure is actually not the right thing. You can allow them explore, you can allow them live their life, because like I said, finding your purpose is the little things of life, the little things you bring together. That thing you do that you feel like it doesn't even take 2 seconds or a muscle to do. You put those things together, you find your purpose. But pressuring a child or asking a child that, or putting them in that phase, oh, you have to do this. That's more like you giving them more mental stress. When it's time for them to find that purpose, they'll find it. You see a 9-year-old child that is already living their purpose, and a 30-year-old woman or man that hasn't even find out what their purpose is. So everybody is different on their calling. There's no two-person that is the same. I might find mine in my 30s, and you that have been having yours in your 20s. That is how it is. So pressuring those kids in a way to help them is not by pressuring them. It's about letting them live as kids or as teenagers that they are. There's nothing as beautiful as experiencing childhood or teenagehood. So your best support is to encourage them, okay, counsel them or guide them into, being a better person in life first. Like how I worked with my younger ones. My mom's last born, funny how she's 20 now. 3 years ago, she was 17. And then, as a 17, she's still a minor. So there should be an adult to also make a decision. Okay. But while as an adult wanting to make a decision for that minor, you should also consider the feelings of that minor. She wanted to be a nurse. Okay. And in being a nurse, we bought the form. There's this school of nursing around my area. In fact, she filled, is it Uniben or something? It's beautiful. In fact, I encouraged her. I was like, okay, that's beautiful. So it happens that the School of Nursing gave her admission, but they didn't give her nursing. They gave her midwifery. Okay. And in Uniben was actually her first choice. She wanted to go to Uniben. In fact, she wanted to leave us entirely. We got to pressure her. You know how teenagers behave. So I was like, okay, fine. I bought the post-UTME form for her also, since that's her choice. She had choices. So as an adult, you have to support her. I sat her down. I was like, "What do you want?" She said she wants to go to Uniben. She wants to study nursing. I was like, "Okay." I bought the Uniben post-UME form for her. She went to write it, but she didn't pass. Now she had only one choice left, which is the School of Nursing to study midwifery. She was like, "Oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that." I literally just had to sit her down and then I counsel her. I made, in fact, while we're sitting, we're making findings, what midwifery has to do and all of that and all of that. In the line, we get to find out that midwifery is actually higher than nursing. Okay. And if she still wants nothing, in our conclusion, me and her, I was like, if you still want nothing, it's perfect. Okay. But do you think you can actually try this? And if you don't like it, you can let it go. She was like, okay, let me just try. Trust me, she's one of the best in her class. I mean, it's not a matter of pressure. It's about communicating with that individual, getting their opinions. I told her, fine, it's fine if you don't want to do that. If you want to try it, it's fine. If you don't want to try it, that's okay. Now, do you know, after this, she's graduating this year. She's saying that, oh, auntie, I want to further in midwifery instead of nursing. Now, it's not all about pressure. It's all about guiding them, encouraging them. Okay. If we see, okay, this party is good, but do they want, midwifery, nursing, they align. Then alignment. Okay. It's just that I believe, then because of the idea of, oh, I'm a nurse, that kind of saying now, I'm a nurse, so she wants to join the crowd to say, I'm a nurse. But now getting to do midwifery, she wants to actually further instead of going back to do the nursing. So it's all about guiding them, making them have choices, okay, not just imposing and forcing that on them. And then trust me, you see the effect. You make them feel calm and relaxed, to make them feel, open to talk to you about this thing. Thank you. I hope I made sense.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Should we
Okay.
start
So do we
calling
have
names
any
or
questions?
ma we should start calling names? How about that?
I don't know. Should we call name? When you call name, they tend to respond more, and it's enjoyable.
Yes.
Okay. If we don't have question, we can contribute. I mean, most of us have experienced all of these things, so we can add our contribution and all of that. So, and we all should do that thing. So we can call it a night. Then I'll go and mourn over. Is it mourn? No, I'll go and grieve over my lost cause. Because it's starting to pain me now. And I don't want to cry so that all of you will not see. Oh, yeah, that I'm crying.
That's
Okay,
really sad.
Victory, you're joining us. Is it Toro? You wanted to say something?
I said that's really
Please,
sad to see
everybody.
about your loss.
Okay.
That's just the pain, the sacrifice you had to go through for this. And that's still part of volunteering. It may not always be comfortable, it may not always be convenient for us. In fact, you have to actually come out of your comfort zone to be able to volunteer. And that's why what will keep you going is to be your passion, that purpose we talked about, what gives you that drive. That's what will help you stay on track. Sometimes it happens, like for me, I just notice, okay, I don't have data. I have to find a way around, no matter how it is, because for me to stay committed, sacrifices have to be made. Look at like what has
Yeah.
transpired around your environment right now. Somebody just, noticed that you were engrossed and picked on that is really sad. So sometimes it may not be comfortable, it may not be convenient, but at the long run it will pay off because why? You're giving service to humanity, and in everything we do, God above all, you're building a legacy for yourself, and definitely posterity will remember you for good. So this is for me encouraging each and every one of us here. This was to be an in-house meeting, and that's why we didn't open it up to the public. It's just to encourage us that it may not always be rosy. The journey ahead may not always be the way we expect it to be, but sacrifices have to be made. Let's stay on track. Let's remember that initial drive, that purpose, that passion that we had when we came in. The truth is that a lot of persons are battling with a whole lot. And especially if you're from this part of the world, Nigeria, Africa, we have a whole lot to, face in our daily affairs, around us, our families. Let's just keep the light burning. Let's keep the passion going, and let's make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Victor, for that. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
Victor, please add your take.
Oh God. I just came on. I didn't even know what was discussed, but I've been so busy earlier on. I couldn't meet up with the time. I just came online. I didn't know what was happening. To be very honest, I'm
And you
sorry
can
that I
ask,
came
you
late.
can just ask question. Just ask any question
Okay,
now.
any question? Okay. Can somebody just like summarize everything that you talked about, like one lesson, so that I will know what was talked about, please?
Have you found your purpose
Have I found my purpose? My purpose in what? On the reason why I choose to be a
in life?
volunteer in life.
Your
I don't
purpose
really
in
find my
general.
purpose.
What drives you? What drives you to be here tonight? What drives you to do the things you're doing for SAPM?
Mhm. Okay, for everything that I do, there is a reason. And okay, let's just do this. Like, what drives me to be here tonight? I've always liked to help people in general. I've always really liked to help, and I see volunteering for me as the fact that I do not have the financial strength to be able to do things for people. I can actually use my services or my presence to actually offer that help, because just because I don't have the money doesn't mean that I cannot be present. So since I don't have the money, I always show up in ways whereby I can put a helping hand to actually help out people to achieve whatever they want to do that benefits the society. So that's one of the reasons why I really like volunteering a whole lot. But I know eventually I'll have the money to help out. Right now that I don't have that money to help out, why people are trying to keep smiles on people's faces and then make the world a better place bit by bit. If I can be present to keeping my service and my strength and my work towards the success of reaching out to other people, why can't I do it? So, yeah, that's really why I like volunteering. That's like one of the many reasons I can do right now.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, is there anybody else? We'll still be rounding off, so let's drop in our contributions, our questions. We have questions so we can answer. Felix, do you have any question or contribution?
No,
Hello, Mr.
no,
Felix.
I don't really have a question, but I'll just say that tonight's lecture is really wonderful because it's really inspiring. And at some point, I was even asking myself, what's my purpose? What have I thought of? Like, I was asking myself so many questions. Then I just had to conclude maybe tonight I'll have to think more about it. So I'll just say it's very inspiring. Thank you very much for today's topic.
You are welcome. Okay. Your purpose, like I said, is not one heavy thunderbolt, okay? Or you not wait to hear one voice that call your name, Sally, this is what you are assigned to know. That will not work. It's being reflective, okay? It's within you, whatever you're supposed to do on this earth. The reason why you're born, because every man, every woman, every child born to this earth is for a purpose. There is nobody that is born without a purpose. So, but the key is finding and fulfilling that purpose. And in finding that purpose, it is not all about external validation. It's within you. And in finding that, you have to reflect. What is that thing that creates spark for you? What is that thing you're excited to wake up in the morning to do? You don't have to be a banker. You don't have to be a doctor. Everybody's purpose is different. The way you're different from your sibling or your next door neighbor, that's how your purpose is different. And the key is your purpose is not static. It's not something you find at that moment. Your purpose open more doors to other activities. And earlier in our discussion, I gave an example of a tree, how the tree purpose is vast. And that is how our purpose too is vast. And yes, it can be overwhelming, okay? But finding it is by reflection, reflecting on your yesterday, okay? Because your purpose, in fact, you don't find it. I believe I told Precious yes, the success yesterday. So you don't find it. It's for you to go and dust it and bring it out. Because if I say find it, it means that there's a hide and seek somewhere. Okay. So your purpose is just there. It's waiting for you to clean the dust out of it and then bring it out. So, like you said, yeah, you have to reflect, go and check back, ask yourself these two questions. In the past, what excitement, what thing gives me that excitement? That's fact. That when I want to do it, I feel fulfilled in doing that thing. In doing this now, I feel fulfilled because I was looking forward to this evening. I was looking forward to every day when I wake up. I put the thing in my head, oh, today you're doing this. So in sleeping and waking up, I already know what I want to do tomorrow. Okay. So your purpose should give you that drive. If it doesn't give you that drive, that's not it. You keep looking, you keep reflecting. Maybe it's something you've been doing years that you don't recall, but it's there. So it's just for you to dust it out and get it. Thank you. Okay. So do we have any other one before we call it a night so we all can rest for the night? Okay, in the absence of no other question or contribution, I think would we call it a night. Before we go, the month of March, I made mention of it before, is going to be a great one. It's more of women's mental health, and we'll be doing our activities, our outreach. Last year, like I said, we did word on the street. So this year we'll be going to the market in this area, okay, to do some sensitization. And also we have a partnership or a collaboration with the student union government in Federal University of Turkey for a sensitization program for both the students and lecturers. So we're looking forward to a fixed date from the school, and then more information will be passed that one. I think we're all noticed today. We don't want to pressure anybody. That's why there is no attendance. I mean, volunteering is a service, okay? And I know those that are doing the work properly, because those that are doing the work can come to my DM and ask for recommendation, and I'll give them. That is how it is. Okay, so let's keep showing up. Let's keep trying our best. Let's keep doing what we can do. And while we're talking, or while I was explaining earlier, a topic came to mind for our next event, which will be happening the last Sunday of March. So what do we think? It's about procrastination, because now I know many of us are battling with that. Okay, and I don't think we've touched on that. Many of us are battling with procrastination. Me myself, forget it. I'm battling with procrastination. It's a battle everybody's fighting. And you know, in procrastination, there are two forms. Okay, is it two forms or more than two forms? Don't worry, when I do my research, I'll share that. But I think that's a good topic. And if you're interested, because now we want to do something where, like we all observe, I gave time for success to talk. Okay, we want to build ourselves into, being able to speak publicly, public speaking. Okay, so this is an avenue for us to learn. SHPR is all about learning. In fact, right from when you guys started attending, it's all about learning, learning, learning. We learn about mental health. While we're learning about mental health, yes, we can also learn other factors, okay, like talking, speaking. Success did high. And I know how excited she's feeling, and I know the adrenaline for her to want to try doing it again. So if it's something you're interested in, if it's something you know that you want to train yourself into doing, it's not an easy feat. It's not an easy task. This is different from when you're talking with a crowd. So if it's something you want to learn, at least this gives you the leverage to, the morale to be like, oh, don't worry, if I see crowd of 100 now, I'll be able to stand and talk. So you start somewhere. So if you're interested in all of this, please indicate so that we give you space and time. Yes, it's amazing bringing, insightful speakers, okay, to come in, but would also give ourselves the opportunity to learn in here on how to go about all of these things. So if you're interested, please feel free to reach out so we can add you for our next month webinar. Is that okay? It seems like I've been talking a lot. People are not responding.
Yes, ma,
When
that's
you're a
okay.
speaker, so I'm not sure.
Yes, ma,
When
that's
you're a
okay.
speaker, speak out. When people are speakers, if I will not talk, that's what I'll do to you. Okay, even Kwe and Ebet, you came very, very late. You came when the rice was, in fact, the rice don't cold. What happened?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma. I'm sorry for coming late. Though I joined I'm joining from the hospital, not feeling quite well. So just that is
Oh,
the
I'm
reason.
sorry about
All right. Thank you.
that. Okay. It's fine. You are printed. Wanted to give you a billing now, but it's fine. Hope you're getting better. Please, let's wish a quick recovery, everybody. You can put it on the comment section. You can unmute yourself and be like, I never get well soon.
Yes, ma.
Let's wish her well, please, before we call it a night. That's what we do.
Get well soon, Mrs. Sorry, I didn't get to. Get well soon, Mrs. Ebekwe.
Let's unmute or drop it. Mrs. Zufero have sent us. She said, get well soon, dear. Yes. You're welcome. Okay, I think this is it for us. Dr. Success, thank you for your presentation. You really picked something. I know I picked something. Okay, I'm always a volunteer. I still volunteer for money. Many of us have come across money. If you haven't, money is mentally aware Nigeria initiative. That's money for you. I volunteer with them as a counselor, and I've been doing it since last year, and it's enjoyable talking to people, doing what you love, all of that. And trust me, it's tiring sometimes. Okay, while we volunteer, I would not lie to you, it's tiring. That's the real hard truth, but it's beautiful. Okay, when I say tiring is you can't be you need that rest. Okay, no matter how you're giving, you still need to rest and replenish, and it's okay to do that. Okay, it's okay to do that. So if you always want to rest, it's fine. Okay, and then you should have that rest. It helps you. It helps you replenish. It helps you give back more. So it's all right. I'm always a volunteer. I volunteered with other organizations, but the one I've volunteered longer with is money, and I'm still here. In fact, we have new counselors coming in monthly. Is it like monthly or quarterly, something like that? Then we still give those new counselors the orientation and everything. So it's a beautiful thing to do. And it helps your resume if you don't know. There was an international interview I got. The only thing that stood out for them was my volunteering. That was why they told me initially. So it opens doors if you don't know today. So thank you all. It's really not easy, I'll tell you. You guys are doing your best. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much for doing that. And thank you, Success, for your presentation. I learned. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie, for your amazing question. Thank you, Felix, for your contribution. Thank you, Bekwe, for joining despite the challenges you had to still make sure to be here. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Victor, for an amazing ride and your contribution. Please do and come and take back your position. Yeah? Mm? Mm?
Thank you. Success is doing great. I'm so proud of her. Super, super proud of her.
Success, hope you are hearing. Okay, thank you also. With this, we have to say a very good night and sweet dreams and love you all.
Bye.
And
Good
send you
night,
guys
everyone.
hugs from here.
We love you too.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Good night.
Wishing you a fruitful week ahead.
Yeah, wonderful week ahead.
Yeah.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you. Good night.